What's going on, everybody? It's Raymond and Scar here with another episode of the Brew Dudes Sportscast. I've been waiting for that sip all day long. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, welcome into week 5 of the Brew Dudes Sportscast. Tonight, we will preview the Buffalo versus Jags and do our 10-game pick'em and our regular fantasy trust busting thrust. Said that wrong.
And review the Jags game.
Yeah, and review the previous game against Atlanta, and also our Beast of the Week.
Yep.
So we played Atlanta in London this last week. What were you able to watch the game?
Yeah, I was.
Nice.
Yep, watched it. Got up early in the morning. It was on at 7:30 my time in the morning.
Oh, nice. Set football at 7:30 in the morning. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, and then after that we went hiking. Saw some moose.
Oh, so you were off that day. Nice.
Yep. Unfortunately, I won't be off this next Sunday. I'll have to watch it from the office.
Yeah.
But all good.
Yeah. What'd you think though?
Defense looked freaking awesome. Josh Allen, like that's how they should play.
Weekly. They should come out weekly playing like that.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is
I know
tied
it
for
was
the lead.
Yeah, I know it's Atlanta, but still, like, that's how they should play every week. And maybe they were right about, just needed to get out of Jacksonville and reset. Maybe, London will be a good thing for them. And,
Yeah, hopefully it's a great thing this coming Sunday. Huh?
No, I just realized I forgot to circle one on my pick'ems.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Oh shit! I didn't circle any of them, dude. Dang, what are we doing? No, but about the Atlanta game, I was impressed with our defense. The offense was a little lazy to me. Definitely in the
Yeah.
second half. You didn't score a single touchdown in the second half. It was just field goals.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if they just stopped putting their pedal to the floor or what, and just wanted to be conservative. But I didn't like the way they played in the second half, and defense gave up that 75-yard touchdown drive.
I mean, some of our friends were hating on Trevor Lawrence, talking crap about him. But
Some
if you
only
really
two.
look at the offense, he was most of the offense. I mean, dude was slipping tackles left and right, making big runs, throwing on the run.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. It just wasn't like I would have loved to see ETN more. And
Yeah, and that's something I want to mention about this week when we preview the Bills game. But I definitely want to see ETN more here in the near future.
I want to see them stop running him up the middle.
Yep. Pitch it out to the outside or something like that. Exactly.
Right. Like, yes, you can run him up the middle sometimes. You have to run him up the middle to switch things up. But, like, it was like they were, like, running him up the middle too much. It's like, it's not working. Why do you keep doing it?
Yep. And Adam noticed that too, and he brought that up. It's like, it's just, it was a very boring offensive day with that one touchdown to Ridley.
Right.
Yeah. Trevor had a good game. Like you said, he had a good game. He got the ball out.
Some people just, if he doesn't throw for 400 yards, some people are just like, oh, he's a bust.
Or
he was a waste.
They say that to get under your skin. But that one deep ball he had in the right corner of the end zone to Hasty. First off, what is our running back running that far for?
Right.
What kind of route is that? And that was in his hands. He just couldn't pull it in.
Yeah.
If that was wide receiver.
One of those things about Trevor, it's like people will say he's like sucks and stuff and was a waste. But then if somebody like Mahomes throws 3 interceptions in a game, they're not bashing him. They're like, oh, he's still the greatest quarterback ever. Like,
yeah. That game where he threw 4 interceptions and came back and won the game doesn't mean anything to some people. Like that just proved he was. I wouldn't say he was him, but he's there.
Yeah.
But that's just me. They could have played a lot better, but I'm glad they got the win against Atlanta.
Yeah, Buffalo is going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Um,
After what
yeah.
they just did to Miami,
Oh yeah, it's scary now after seeing that. Um, I
Buffalo's
think
Buff.
Jags have the pass defense though to stop that.
I hope so. They, it's funny. I watch ESPN a lot, and I'm on Twitter, and there's a lot of people saying just because of the game this past Sunday for Buffalo that they're the best team in the AFC.
Uh, I
I'm
mean,
sorry, Miami just put up 70 points the week before. I just
yeah.
by beating them 48-20 or whatever it was doesn't to me doesn't show you're the best team.
Right, it's one game.
It's one game. You're 4 games into the season. Let's get through a little bit more of the season and see how much you can handle of this season and go from there.
Yeah.
I don't think Kansas City's the best team in the AFC.
Nope, I don't see them as one of my Super Bowl favorites anymore at the beginning of the season. And same thing with at the beginning of the season, I was iffy on San Fran because of their quarterback situation. But
Yeah.
now, if CMC stays healthy and their
Yeah.
defense keeps it up and their Brock Purdy keeps playing the way he is, San Fran's like my front runner right now for Super
You
Bowl.
know, I was thinking about that on Sunday while watching Christian McCaffrey run for those 4 touchdowns or whatever. I'm like, dang, because I got him in our league, my friend league or whatever, and
Yeah.
I was like, if he goes down, my season's over.
Yeah.
He's scoring points for as many as like 2 to 3 other players,
Right.
but we'll see. Wait till you see who I have winning that game this week that we picked between them and Dallas. That's gonna be a good. I think that's Sunday night, right?
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch that.
You ready to go over the pick'ems?
Yeah. Are we gonna preview the Bills game, or did we already do that?
I mean, we sort of already did. I don't really know what else to say.
Well, okay. Well, I will mention this about ETN. I heard on the radio this morning that Buffalo is allowing 6.3 rushing yards per carry.
Nice.
Okay, the Jags need to attack the run. Just run, run, run.
Yeah.
Get that going, then they'll open up the passing game.
Yep.
So hopefully they get Zay back this week and it's even more open.
That's true. Zay is
Yeah.
supposed to possibly come back.
But that's all I had to say about the Buffalo game. There's not much more to say.
Yep, we'll see. Hopefully our win streak in London continues.
To 2. Yeah.
I'd rather face Buffalo at Buffalo in
Oh,
London
dude.
than at Buffalo in Buffalo.
After what just happened in Buffalo, yes, yes. So glad that's
So
in.
I think that's a
Because
big advantage for us not having to play in Buffalo.
I hate to say it, but that's basically a home game for us.
Oh yeah, it is. London,
With
it doesn't
the team.
matter if we're considered the away team or not. London is always a home game for us.
Yes. Yep. All right. Let's move on to reviewing our previous 10-game pick'em.
Yep. So first off was Detroit at Green Bay. I picked Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
You picked Detroit. We both got
Yep.
that right. Atlanta at Jacksonville. I picked Jacksonville.
I had
You picked
Jacksonville.
it. Oh.
No, nice
We
try.
both got that right. Pittsburgh at Houston. I picked Houston.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I have Houston circled.
Oh,
Remember, I even said that I was an idiot for betting on Pittsburgh after I had picked Houston as my
Oh,
winner.
that's right. That's right. But I
Yeah.
had Pittsburgh. Dang.
Okay, so I got that one right. You got that one wrong. Yeah, because I don't know why I didn't look at this when I made that parlay this weekend when I picked Pittsburgh to win.
Yeah.
I picked Houston in our pick'ems.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Um, Miami at Buffalo. I picked Miami.
I picked Buffalo.
You did?
Yeah. I went
Damn.
with the home team.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're even right now.
Yeah.
Denver at Chicago. I picked Denver.
I picked Denver as well. I almost
Okay.
went Chicago's way.
Baltimore at Cleveland. I think you picked Baltimore, right?
I did. I picked
I
Baltimore.
picked Cleveland and got that wrong.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay at New Orleans. I picked Tampa Bay.
I picked Tampa as well.
Okay, we both got that right.
Yeah.
Minnesota at Carolina. I picked Minnesota.
I picked Minnesota.
We both got that right. Las Vegas at the Chargers. I think we both picked the Chargers.
Chargers.
Got that right. New England at Dallas. I think we both picked Dallas.
Yeah, we both picked Dallas.
So your record now
It's 30-10.
30-10, and mine is 26-14. So you're 4 games ahead of me.
Nice. Pulling away 1 week at a time.
Yeah. Okay.
I was almost perfect this week, bro. 9-1.
I
You were
missed
eight,
two. I
eight
mean,
and
I
two.
was very close. I missed two.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
But that 30-10 looks better than 26-14.
Don't worry, it won't stay that way. Like you said, we're only 4 weeks in. People need to calm down about just saying who's going to be the best team.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
All right. So week 5 pick'ems.
Yep. Week 5 pick'ems.
So of course we have the Thursday night game like always, Chicago at Washington. We have the Jacksonville game like always, Jacksonville at Buffalo. We have Tennessee at Indy, New Orleans at New England, Baltimore at Pittsburgh, Houston at Atlanta, New York Giants at Miami, Cincinnati at Arizona, New York Jets at Denver, and Dallas at San Francisco. I feel like there's a few games in here that we may be different.
I'm questioning one of my picks right now as I'm looking at
Oh,
it.
I'm questioning one right now that I just now circled that I was thinking about all day.
Wow.
All right,
All
so
right.
first one up, Chicago at Washington, Thursday night.
About 30 seconds ago, I circled Washington.
Oh, that was one of the ones you were questioning?
No, I just forgot to circle the team.
Oh, I picked Washington as well.
Okay.
Um,
Number 2, Jags at Buffalo. Who do you have?
you know, you're going to say I'm a homer or whatever, but I feel like in London with the home field advantage, after coming off that momentum with Atlanta, I think they're going to keep it going and surprise the world and upset Buffalo. I'm
Okay.
picking Jacksonville.
I
I
sure
know
do
you're
hope
picking
that
Buffalo.
I sure do hope that happens, but I'm going with Buffalo.
Yeah,
I
I knew
got
you
this
would.
text from somebody this morning saying you better not pick Buffalo, but I'm going Buffalo.
Yep, I knew you would.
Yeah.
Tennessee at Indy.
I'm going with Tennessee. I think they're
Um,
just now starting to find their stride with Derrick Henry.
I'm going with Tennessee as well. New Orleans at New England.
This was a little bit of a tough one because Derek Carr's banged up, but I'm going with New Orleans.
That's who I picked as well. Baltimore at Pittsburgh. I already know who you picked.
Yeah, I'm going with Baltimore.
Why would you not when they just helped you get a victory over me last week? Yeah, I'm picked
Yeah.
Baltimore too. Houston and Atlanta.
You know, this is one that I had to think about for a minute here because Atlanta is not a bad team, you know,
Yeah,
but Houston's just hot right now, so I'm gonna go with Houston.
This is one I had to think about too because, I mean, I picked Houston last week. They came out for me. They're hot right now. Like C.J. Stroud's on fire, um, and I really considered Atlanta, and I know that Houston's Houston, their win
Wow.
streak's going to end at some point, but I don't think Atlanta's going to be the one to do it. So I'm going with Houston.
Mm-hmm.
New York Giants at Miami.
Man, after watching last night's game, I think you were just kidding about last night's game. You were kidding when you sent that text. Ray's gonna be mad about that kicker. Were you kidding?
Yeah, I said Gano was limping off the field.
Yeah, no, you said later on in the text message group, you were like, oh, Ray's going to get mad about that kick. But there was never a kick.
There was a missed field goal.
Oh, by who? By the Giants?
No, it wasn't Gano. It was the other kicker. I thought you
Oh,
had
that's
both
fine.
kickers.
That's fine. I didn't win the bet anyways.
I thought you had both kickers.
I was going against Gano, and I won by 1 point because he only got that one field goal.
Okay.
Yeah, Kate's stepdad. But anyways, back to New York Giants at Miami. I'm definitely going with Miami.
That's who I'm going with.
The Giants suck.
Cincinnati at Arizona. This was one I had to think about.
Yeah, only because Cincinnati's playing horrible this season so far. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely going with Cincinnati.
You are?
Yes, I'm going with Cincinnati.
I'm going with the hot hand, and I think Josh Dobbs and them were James Conner's running all over people. Josh Dobbs, I feel like right now is the better performing quarterback than Joe Burrow. I mean, and Arizona's hung in there with some great teams.
They beat Dallas.
They beat Dallas, and they didn't lose by much to San Fran.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Arizona. I
We'll
think
see.
Cincinnati's bad streak continues.
I mean, I hope so. Shoot, they're in the AFC, and we just keep winning.
Yep.
But,
New York Jets at Denver.
This is one that I am questioning. Like realizing that it's at Denver and it's Zach Wilson leading the way. I'm going with the Jets. They still have the better defense. Zach
Jets
may
have the.
have another great game.
I think Zach is going to continue off that great game he just had, and the Kansas City refs aren't going to be there to hand
That
Denver
was
the game.
that was so mad. I was so mad.
Dude, so many bad calls. I know they had a bad call too against that freaking horse collar that was
Yes.
called against Kansas City. Yes, that was a blatantly bad call.
Was it?
But there was a lot of after the game people were
Dude,
pointing out. I didn't realize it till after the game, but there was a lot of bad calls that should have went the
the
Jets' way.
third and 22 run by Patrick, Jermaine Johnson was being held like he couldn't move.
Right. He was like
Yeah, I'm just like, what the heck? Why aren't you? How do you not see that he can't move?
right.
He's being held.
And then the my dad was saying that the call at the end of the game where they got that interception and he called pass interference or
Holding,
holding or
holding,
whatever.
holding.
My dad pointed out like you could tell the guy did have his hand in front of him and slowed him down. But the thing about that is, why did that ref not throw the flag until after he saw the ball was intercepted?
After the
He
interception, he
was
threw it.
gonna let it go. He was
Yep,
not gonna make that call. And then as soon as 3 seconds later the ball's intercepted, then he throws the flag. So
yep. You know what? The Chiefs are the new Patriots.
yeah, that was blatantly obvious. If that was the right call and he threw the flag right away when it happened, then I won't argue with it.
Yep,
But for him to throw it 3 or more seconds later after the ball was intercepted to make it go in Kansas City's favor, that's
yep.
just like, yeah,
It's annoying to see it,
yeah.
but we're back at the Dallas and San Francisco.
Dallas and San Francisco. I feel like this is the one
This
that you debated on.
this is a game where you got to get your popcorn ready. You
Yeah,
know, this could go either way. It could be high scoring, it could be low scoring, but who are you going with?
man, I'm telling you, at the beginning of this week, I was like, I'm gonna pick this team just to be different from Ray, and I think it's gonna be one of those weird weeks where they actually
Wait,
perform.
so at the beginning of the week, you already knew who I was picking?
I knew, yeah, I knew who you were
Yeah,
picking.
yeah, okay,
And I was going to go the opposite way. But then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, man, San Francisco is just too good lately. There's
yep,
no way that with CMC, if he's going in that offense, that Dallas beats them. Dallas has a great defense, but they're iffy on offense. I
yeah,
think so. I went with San Francisco. I was very close with
yeah.
going with Dallas.
It being at San Francisco, I have to give the edge to the Niners.
Dang. So we only have
Two different.
two different
So I
Jags
can.
and
Yep.
Arizona.
I honestly hope only one is different. Only one change is like you gain one game.
Oh, I hope they both go my way and I gain two.
I mean, honestly, I will agree with you there. I will agree with you there.
True, you
I'll
want
still,
Cincinnati to lose.
yes, I'll still have the lead by 2 games, and the Jags will beat Buffalo, and Cincinnati will lose. That would be a great Sunday.
Yeah. All right.
We'll see. Back to Week 4's fantasy, right?
Yep.
All right.
So, oh shit, I don't have my stuff on. I just realized it's not on Do Not Disturb. Is that something I can do right now?
What? I don't know. Just ignore all your notifications.
Well, I'm worried that if somebody calls, that it will stop the recording or something.
Oh yeah, just go ahead and do it.
If I can do it without, I don't know
I
how
did
to
it
do it.
while we were on. I did it while we were on it earlier.
Yeah, I just can't get the screen to turn for me to be able to get. Dang it!
So you're sideways now. What?
It won't let me. Yeah, it won't let me get to the whatever.
It won't let you swipe down and let you get to Do Not Disturb
No, when I swipe down, it only goes to the notification center.
because you got to swipe down from the other side of the phone.
Yeah, but the phone won't turn. This phone is stuck sideways, so when I go on the left, it doesn't go on the left. It's only one thing. Like I can't get the phone to turn so that it goes to normal right side up.
Oh, that's weird. I think if somebody calls you, it'll just pop up on the top and you can swipe up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you ready to review our trust bust thrust from last week?
Yep.
This was a horrible week for me.
I think so for me too.
It was, yeah, it was just a bad week. All right, so let's start with the quarterbacks. You always start first with the quarterbacks, as
All
always.
right. So my trust this past week was, my trust this past week was Cousins, who
Yeah,
played Carolina. Man, got 9.5 points.
yeah,
Horrible.
yeah.
Horrible. My bust, man, my bust was Sam Howell, who who played Buffalo the week before and got less than a point. Okay? I had him doing 6. He got 19.6.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's a wrong one. And then my thrust was Russell Wilson. He did 22, and I had him projected 22.
Nice.
So that's a hit right there.
My trust was Kirk Cousins. I had him doing 22.3 and 9.56. My bust was Dak Prescott. He was playing New England. I had him doing 12.9. He did 14.34. And then my thrust was CJ Stroud, who I had doing 17.6, and he did 21.8.
Nice. I think he's
So I
on the
only
way
got
for
two.
one.
I only got one right there, so I missed the quarterbacks.
Nice.
Running backs. My trust was Bijan Robinson against the Jags. I projected him to do 15.2. He did 18.7.
Okay.
My bust was Brian Robinson against Philly. I projected him to do 8.5. He ended up doing 13.1, so I missed that one.
Yep.
And my thrust was Jerome Ford playing Baltimore. I had him doing 17.2, and he only did 9.5. So I
Okay.
barely missed that one by point 0.5.
Yeah.
So I missed the running back category
Yeah.
as well.
My running backs, my trust was Pollard. Uh, I had him doing 17. He only did 9. Uh, my bust was James Cook. I had him doing 9. He did 14. Uh, and my thrust was King Henry. I had him doing 12. He ended up doing 24.3.
Nice.
So I would say I got one right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. All right, on to wide
Well,
receivers. My trust was Tyreek Hill. I had him doing 26. He only did 10. Had a horrible week for Buffalo or against Buffalo.
yeah.
My bust, what am I doing wrong here? My bust was DJ Moore, who I had projected 10 and he did 27.
Wow.
I guess people who play Denver, I shouldn't put as busts.
Yeah.
My thrust was George Pickens. I had him doing 13. He did 5.5.
Wow. So you
So
missed that one.
I missed that one completely.
All right. My trust was DK Metcalf. I had him doing 15.3, and he did 12.4. So I missed that one.
Yeah.
My bust was I can't believe he didn't do more against the Giants. DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Um, my bust was CD Lamb going against New England. I figured New England is good at shutting down the number one receivers, and they would shut him down. I had him doing 10.4, and he ended up doing 14.8, so I missed that. My thrust was Tank Dell for Houston, who played Baltimore, and I had him doing 17.2, and he did 9.5.
Dang.
So I missed that one as well. So I missed all three on the receivers.
Dang.
And then, all right, so going into tight ends, my trust was Evan Ingram. I had him doing 15.1. He did 12.9, but good enough to be a trust.
Okay.
Um, who also is number 2 in receiving yards for the
Yep.
season as far as tight ends go.
Behind Sam Laporta.
Yep. My bust is Dalton Schultz. I had him doing 4.9, and he finally stepped up and did
He did.
13.2.
Yeah, he was my bust too.
My thrust was Sam Laporta. I had him doing 12.1 and he did 9.6, so
Oh,
good enough for a thrust. So I hit 2 out of 3 there. So the only category I hit in fantasy was tight ends.
nice. Well, not nice, but yeah. My trust at tight end was George Kittle. I had him doing 18. The man does 1.9. Yeah. My bust was Dalton Schultz. Like you said, he did 13, so that's obviously not a bust. And my thrust was Evan Ingram. I had him doing 16, but he did 12.9.
All right.
So I got 1 out of 2 there. So it's a rough week for fantasy.
Yeah.
I think out of all the leagues, I went 2-2 or maybe 1-3. You know, in Jordan's league, while we're talking about it, in Jordan's league, I started out hot 2-0, both me and you, and I have crapped the bed ever since.
Dude, I started out 3 wins in a row, and then this
Did you
week,
lose?
my team shit the bed. I got
Yeah.
like barely over 100 points.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like your league. I played Killian last week, lost by like 9.
And I even had Stephon Diggs in Jordan's league putting up 36 points for me, and I still couldn't win
Yeah.
because I had Tua and Tyreek Hill.
But last week, I played Killian in your league. Put up 130 points, lost 139 to 130. I'm okay with that. This week, my team puts up 89 points.
You know
What
what?
the
Yeah.
crap? What the crap, man?
You know what pisses me off is Adam's fucking defenses. Like
Oh, yeah,
he
they're
he
winning
gets
him.
so lucky. Like he's winning his games because of the defense. Your defense is putting 20 plus points every week.
Yeah,
Like no fantasy defense does that consistently. Like that's
right.
not going to last all season.
No, it won't. It won't.
And it pisses me off because in my league, I played him and I put up 150 something points, the second highest in the league. So
Yeah,
I would have beat anybody else. But of
yeah,
course, this week that I put up 157 points is when I play Adam that puts up
yeah,
160 something points.
yeah,
In my defense, that's supposed to be really good, San Francisco gave me 1 point this week against him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, that it
Uh,
happened. All
all
right.
right, beast of the week.
Oh yeah, let me go back. I went too far ahead. Beast of the week definitely wasn't the beast.
Who'd you have?
Tyreek Hill,
Uh, yeah, 10 point something.
10 point something. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not much better. I had Devontae Adams and he got 15.5.
Well, 'cause he got hurt.
But
Yeah.
so, yeah. I mean, technically, I won that, but the true beast of the week this week,
Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey, 48.7
I
points.
don't know why I just don't go with him every week to eventually win a beast of the week.
All right, let's move on to this week's fantasy.
Yep.
All right, you start us off with trust bust thrust for quarterbacks.
All right, my trust at quarterback this week is Lamar Jackson. Uh, Last week he did 28.1. This week I'm giving him 27.
All right.
My bust this week, I don't know how well rostered he is in fantasy, but looking at the schedule, I'm going with Bryce Young.
Okay.
Last week he did 7.1 against Minnesota. This week I'm only going to give him right around 9.
Who's he playing?
Carolina, I don't know. Somebody good in order for him to only get 9 fantasy points.
You gotta
So
start writing down their
I
opponents.
really do. I'm using a small notebook, so I have limited room. But my thrust this week is Jordan Love, who I think it could be a solid starter in fantasy to replace Daniel Jones. You know,
Yeah.
I think Daniel Jones sucks. He's the Blake Bortles of the NFL. But Jordan Love, he did 17.6 against Detroit, and I have him doing 16. I have no idea who they're playing,
I'm pretty
but
sure they're playing Vegas.
that is right. Yes, on Monday night. Yes. Yep.
All right. So my trust, they're gonna bounce back this week, playing the Giants. Tua Tagovailoa.
Okay.
He's projected 19.1. Last week he only did 13.9. Against the Giants, I have him doing 26.1.
Let him do it. He's my fantasy quarterback. And
My
one.
bust, my bust is Mac Jones. He's projected 12.7. Last week he did point 0.7. He's playing New
What?
Orleans. I have him
Wow.
doing yeah, point 0.7. He's
That's
playing
worse
New
than
Orleans.
0.9.
Yeah, I have him doing 11.9 this week.
Okay.
So right below or not too far off.
Yeah.
My thrust is same reason I picked Arizona and you picked Cincinnati. My thrust is Dobbs. He's projected 18.4. Last week he did 23.4. He's playing Cincinnati, and I think it's time for people to start trusting him. And I'm giving him 24.9 this week.
Dang, that might be a miss there, bud. Sorry.
We'll see. Running backs. my trust is good old Christian McCaffrey.
Of course.
Um, he's projected 22.1. Last week he did 48.7. He's playing Dallas, which most people would say, not to trust a running back up against Dallas, but I don't care who Christian McCaffrey plays.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm giving him only 21.5 this week.
I pray to God he does not get hurt this Sunday night. They're
So
playing
yeah, I'm
tough.
giving him 21.5.
Okay.
So
So
Dallas is going to hold him a little, but he's still going to put up great numbers.
not high enough for your beast of the week. Okay.
Yep. My bust is Najee Harris.
Oh wow.
Projected 9.9. Last week he did good and put up 11.3 finally. He's playing Baltimore this week. Just so you know, I wrote a little note. Baltimore has yet to allow a single rushing touchdown to a running back.
That's going to continue next week.
And I have Najee Harris doing 7.2. I think he's going to get his carries and he puts up decent yardage. You get decent numbers, but his fantasy numbers do not shoot high enough if he doesn't get in the end zone.
Right.
And I don't think Baltimore's going to let him get in the end zone.
I agree.
My thrust, he's starting to get more and more touches. Brees Hall, he's projected 12.6. Last week he did 9.9. He's going against Denver. I have him doing 12.6.
Oh yeah, he could have a big game against Denver.
I think he finds the end zone and gets some good yardage.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook sucks. So yeah. All right, my turn for running backs.
Yep.
My trust, we're going back. My trust is Travis Etienne Jr. I think with Buffalo allowing 6.3 yards a carry, the Jags hopefully, pray to God, they realize that and just run him. Just run the man. I have him doing 13 this week. So the trust is 12, so right above the trust line. But still there. My bust is your bust, Najee Harris. But I got him doing 9, just a little higher than you.
Okay.
My thrust is Devon Achane.
Okay.
He shares the ball quite a bit with Mostert. Last week against Buffalo, he did 27.
Dang.
So, but this week I'm going to knock him down to 14 against the Giants.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You want me to lead with wide receivers? All right. Wide receivers. My trust this week is your boy Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
Last week he did 10. This week I'm going to give him 21 against the Giants.
Okay.
My bust is another Steeler, George Pickens. He did 5.5 against Houston, and with Pickett banged up, I'm only going to give him 8 this week.
I almost went with Pickens, and I don't know why I didn't. I did consider him. Yeah.
All right. Well, my thrust, I hate to say this, but my thrust for a solid flex position in a 1-man or 2-man flex.
I know what it is.
Gabe Davis.
Yep, I knew you were going to say that.
Gabe Davis. Last week against Miami, he did 15.1, but this week I'm going to give him 13. A solid flex spot.
Okay.
With Tyson Campbell shutting down Diggs, you got to put Davis out there.
Yep. All right. My trust is your boy, Justin Jefferson.
No, that's not my boy. That's Adam's boy.
Well, I'm just saying it seems like you like to pick him a lot. He's projected 23.1. Last week he did 26.5. He's going against Kansas City. I think that Minnesota's going to have to be throwing a lot to keep up with Kansas City. I give him 26.4.
Why didn't we use that game in our pick'ems? That's weird.
Yeah.
I would have picked Minnesota. Screw Kansas City. Yeah, screw Kansas City.
My bust is Jerry Jeudy. He's projected 12. Last week he did 8.2. They're going against the Jets. I think Jets have a great defense, great pass defense. I think they shut him down, and I'm projecting him to get 7.1.
Yep.
My thrust is Brandon Cooks. He's projected 8.4. Last week he only did 6.7. He's going against San Fran. Same reasoning as Minnesota. I think Dallas is going to have to pass the ball to keep up with San Fran. Not saying that they're going to get it done, but they're going to at least have to try. So I think I'm giving Brandon Cooks 12.2.
Okay.
Yep. Moving on to tight ends.
Yeah, you start tight ends. Don't lean back.
My what do you mean? Don't lean back.
Don't lean back and get comfortable. It's still your turn. Keep going.
My trust is going to be George Kittle. He's projected 10.3. Last week he did 1.9. Going against Dallas, Dallas has a great defensive line. I think Brock's going to need to use him, uh,
Yeah,
lean on his tight end more. I give Kittle a solid 11.1.
let him do it. I got him in a league too, I believe.
My bust is Dalton Kincaid. He's projected
Okay.
8.2. Last week he did 6.7 going against Jacksonville. I have us holding him to 5.9.
Let's do it. Let's
My
do it.
thrust, all right. My thrust,
I think it could be the same one.
no, I doubt it. This is one out of left field.
Okay, go.
My thrust is Cole Kmet.
Okay. Okay, and you know what's funny? I thought of that too, but I didn't go with
Projected
them.
He's projected 9.6. Last week he put up 27.6. All right.
That,
His opponent's Washington. Now,
yeah.
I didn't pick him just because of 27.6 last week. I picked him because of Washington's defense. And they are going to be putting pressure on Fields. And same reason I picked Kittle, he's going to have to rely on his tight end as a safety net. I have Cole Kmet doing 14.2.
Okay, that's nice. We'll see. All right, my tight ends, my trust is Mark Andrews. Last week against Cleveland, he had a big game and did 25. This week, who are they playing? It's down here
Pittsburgh.
somewhere. Pittsburgh. I have him doing 16 against the Steelers.
Okay.
My bust is Pat, another Steeler. Three Steelers. Pat Fryermuth.
I almost
Uh,
went with him.
Last week against Houston, he did 3.7. I'm gonna give him 6 though this week.
Okay.
And my thrust is the one and only top receiving tight end in the league, Sam Laporta.
All right.
His name is Sam, right?
Yes.
Yes, Sam Laporta.
Now you
Uh,
realize if he performs this week, you can't use him as a thrust anymore.
yeah, I know.
You
I
got to
know.
start using him as a trust.
Yeah. But last week he did 9.6 against Green Bay, and I got him doing 12 this week. I don't know who Detroit's playing, but yeah, he's doing 12.
Nice.
Yep. Before we finish, is there anything you want to add?
Yeah, we have to add the beast of the week.
Oh, that's right. I forget that weekly, bro. All right. Beast of the week. Did we already review last week's?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Remember, it was Christian McCaffrey. We both
That's
had
right.
duds.
Yeah.
All right, who you got?
Well, after reviewing my thrust, bust, and trust and players and stuff, I had to
Hey,
go with
hold on.
Lamar Jackson.
Hold on real quick. I hear somebody coming.
Okay.
What?
Well, there he goes again. Now we wait. I really believe I'm gonna win the 10-game pick'em. I'm gonna start pulling away. I hope he's right about this week though. The Buffalo game and the Cincinnati game. That'll help us out a lot in Jacksonville. I don't know if you guys have anything to say about our fantasy stuff, our trust bust and thrusts, or just leave a comment down in the comment section, and maybe we'll reply back and start a conversation or something. And now his phone's ringing. This man he has bad signal at home. Glad we do it here. What was that? I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna finish the beer before the end if he doesn't hurry up. I gotta figure out a way to add some Jeopardy theme music in this while we wait. This happens so much. if y'all have any playoff predictions or Super Bowl predictions, y'all can leave those in the comment section as well. Tell us who you think is going to win it all or make it to the playoffs. I really believe the Jags will make it to the playoffs, but end up being the 4 seed, at best the 3 seed, after the first 4 weeks of the regular season. But we'll see. Like we said, it's only been 4 weeks, so things can change. This game this weekend against with Dallas and San Francisco, I mean, I don't know if I can talk about it enough. It's going to be a huge game for both teams. We'll see what happens. About time.
Who are you talking to?
Myself talking to the screen. I'm not going to
Yeah,
sit a minute and a half of silence.
my dad needed help on the computer, and then somebody called asking about if we were hiring or whatever.
Yeah, the phone rang on camera. But
All right.
yeah,
So
I had
beast of
just
the week.
yeah, beast of the week. Go ahead. I had said Lamar Jackson doing 27.
Lamar Jackson doing 27. Okay.
Yes.
My numbers are pretty low too. Usually I'm looking for like 30 or 40 for my beast of the week.
There's going
I
to be a
just,
player out there that does it. We just don't have him as beast of the week.
right. We just don't know who that player is going to be.
Yeah.
My beast of the week is Justin Jefferson doing 26.4.
Okay.
Who was your second choice?
Oh, your boy Tyreek Hill
Ah.
doing 21. So I have very low beast of the week numbers.
Yeah, my second choice was Tua doing 26.1. So just 0.3 less.
Hey, let him do it. Let Tua do it. Let him cook. Yeah. So, but besides that, there's nothing else you want to add?
Nope.
I'm just, like I said, I'm just ready for Buffalo, the game. Ready for it to be here. Ready to see what happens. Hopefully, we can come home with a dub.
Yep.
All right, y'all. That's it for week 5 episode. I'm Raymond.
I'm Scar. This is the Brew Dudes
Until
Sportscast.
next time. Until next
Keep it
time.
brewing.
Wow. Okay. What? I'll fill you up, food.